Hello my friends, welcome back to the Bailey Breakdown. Today we are talking about a favorite move, the B stance deadlift. The B stance deadlift is one that people love to hate because it's a little tricky, but once you get it, it feels so good and really recruits the hamstrings and the glutes, and that is what we are going for. So the most important component of the B stance deadlift, and by the way, if you have not watched the video on the dumbbell Romanian deadlift, watch that first because the mechanics are going to be very similar. It's just the foot positioning that's changing and your weight distribution. So watch that one first and pop back here. So thinking about a Romanian deadlift, we know this is a hinge move. We know we need to keep our core engaged, our spine neutral, our pelvis neutral. What's changing is that in a Romanian deadlift, your feet are about hip width distance apart. With a B stance deadlift, you're really going to be biasing one leg only and using your other leg as basically a kickstand to just keep you upright. So the way I like to think about this is to get to that hip width distance apart, and then where your heel is on your non-working leg, I want that to be where your toe goes. So boop. And then I also like to just slightly angle my heel inward. It just helps with the mechanics of how my femur and hip connect, but you can kind of play around with your foot positioning to see what feels best for you. So from the side, I'm going hip width distance, toe to heel, slight angle out. Now, the working leg is the one that's flat on the ground. Again, this non-working leg is basically a kickstand. So I like to slightly bias, just ever so slightly turning my torso over my working leg. And then from here, it's the exact same move as a Romanian deadlift. So you're slightly biased this way. I'm gonna hold my weights here. I'll show you that in a second. But we're just hinging at the hip, just like we would with an RDL, pushing our hips all the way back and keeping the weights nice and close. You're gonna feel this in your glute and your hamstring on your working leg. You should feel very little engagement or recruitment of this leg. If you are feeling more of that, again, play around with your foot positioning to make sure that you're really just using this for stability. So you're hinging all the way back, keeping your core engaged, your spine, chest, head, neck, pelvis, all of that nice and neutral. You're coming as far back as you can go this way, and then you're lifting up like this. Let's grab some weights. So getting into position is the same as an RDL once again, except for your foot positioning. I'm angling my foot slightly. I'm biasing over this working leg ever so slightly just with my torso. The weight gets a little bit in the way with your non-working leg, so you can play around with what feels good to you, but the goal is to just keep it really close to your body. As you hinge, keep the weights nice and close to that leg, and then come back up and repeat. You can do this with just one weight if you prefer that. If you are going to do it with one weight, I would hold it on the arm of your non-working side to help you just get a little bit more stretch in that glute as you come down and back up. My weight is really evenly distributed throughout my foot. So the triangle of the foot, the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and the heel. My weight's evenly distributed throughout that to make sure that I'm recruiting my glutes really well. And again, my core is staying really nice and engaged. If you feel this in your low back, your core may not be as tight as you think it is, or you may be going too low. So try to reduce that range of motion. See if that helps the move feel better. Okay, that is your B stance RDL. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.